What's going on, YouTube? You're back with Shades, and we're gonna start a new Let's Play of Lucid9. Now, this is a visual novel that I've been found on Steam. It is for free. Link in the description if you want to try the game out for yourself, or if you want to sit back, relax, and go through it with me. Here it is. Now, ever since SC2VN ended, I've been trying to find another visual novel to play instead, and this is one that I found. One of the very many that I found, and right now, from what I could tell from the reviews from other players, is that it's amazing and that it shouldn't be free, that it's that good. And I'm just like, okay, I'll try it out. Apparently, there are some horror elements in here. But from what I could tell from the comments, it's not scary. It's just that someone seemed to tag it that, and I'm just like, well, since it's in one of the lesser tags, I guess I'll let it go. But from what I could tell, it is a murder mystery type game, and the music stopped. Nope, it restarted. But damn, this game looks kick-ass in all honesty, and I'm gonna start it. So I checked the settings and I started. So let's start the game right now, shall we? We're already digging a corpse. Holy shit! What the fuck? I step back and examine my masterpiece. Perfect. My favorite color. Voice loves red. It's different, brilliant, vibrant, unusual. A happy anomaly. Just like me. Red isn't much for nature. It only shows up in autumn, and even then, it's a dreary rust or nauseating cherry. And we just can't have that. Not when it deserves so much more. A whispering breeze filters through my thoughts, brushing against my skin with icy fingers. I allow myself a moment to pause, to relish, to admire, to welcome the fresh scent of freedom. Okay, so I have all the buttons over here. This is what I live for. When I open my eyes, I spot a frail leaf dancing upon the backbone of the passing wind, afflicting the world with its appealing shade of asparagus. I pluck it from its branch with the edges of my stained fingernails. Disgusting. How can anyone enjoy this color? Eludes me. A soft groan redirects my attention to my waiting masterpiece. What the fuck? Is that person still alive? Oh my god. So this is the horror element that people were talking about. It's a shame I'm in my basement. It's lovely, really. Spread across the ground, face contorted with fear, twitching, cold fingers clutching at empty air. Not my best work, unfortunately. The canvas dried much quicker than I had originally expected, even when I tried to carve a bit slower. Well, no matter. Today it shall be a palette for my paint. I make quick work of my new palette's chest, ignoring the twitching of post-mortem reflexes from its mutilated kneecaps. Jesus! We're carving a corpse? Maybe I should put a trigger warning. Oh god, this is gross already. The sweet color of red, true crimson, pure scarlet, slinks down its pallid abdomen, licking at the blossoming turf below. I dip my fingers into the settling pool of blood. It's warm, sticky, like syrup or settling gelatin. The sweet scent wafts to my nostrils. Ah, the smell of iron, of rust, of all things sharp and beautiful. Yeah, the smell of blood is very distinct. Like when you when your nostrils are like dry and you smell like iron. Yeah, I know that smell. Ugh, disgusting to me. But apparently to this murdering son of a bitch, he likes it. Now a new canvas. Also, like I checked the tags. Apparently there's nudity in this. I may have to censor some things. So we'll see. Who knows? I check my surroundings, evaluating the surfaces, the textures, and sizes and shapes of every object in sight. None are quite so satisfactory as human skin with its elasticity, its porous absorption, its innately warm tint. But a substitute is required, so a substitute I must find. Presently I burped. Presently I realize that I'm still holding that eyesore of a leaf in my hand. Well, I suppose it will have to do. One bold, fluid stroke, I swiped my paint across the leaf, in the very essence of Van Gogh himself. Ah, yes, dear Vincent, the man cut off his own ear to send a message when words just didn't suffice. I always admired his style. I take a moment to appreciate the leaf's newfound radiance before searching for a proper display. Something like this deserves to be exhibited. I hang my canvas back on its branch. That's better. If only there was more of this color in the world. The unexpected interlude of my phone drives me out of my thoughts. The irritating thing just loves to ruin the climax. Yes. Is it done? You're always in such a rush. Well, yes, it's done. I was having a moment. There's more where that came from. You interrupted me. You're the one who wanted to know when it was finished. A thrill leaps through my veins as my lips pull into a tenuous smile. Well, is it? Same time, same place as usual. You know the drill. I nearly clapped my hands, but mastered myself for one final word. Understood. I cut the transmission and eagerly withdraw a small bottle from within my jacket. Only one pill left. But don't matter. I'll be getting more soon enough. I popped the final capsule into my mouth, puncturing its skin with my teeth and rolling the bitter gel over my tongue. Now this is life. As a wave of euphoria sweeps through me, I turn from my handiwork, strolling out of the meadow. Today's fun is over, but tomorrow will hold just as many pleasures. What the fuck just happened? Wow, this guy just took some narcotic or some shit. Like he just got high. I don't know what it was, like Quaaludes or some shit, but God. Jesus. That sent chills on my spine, and I guess I hope that's the extent of horror we're gonna get, cause like, well, that may not be my limit. Like, God, if it went any worse, I might just not play. Yama Ishimoto, huh? I sluggishly. This music is such a weird turnaround from the intro. What the fuck? Whatever. I sluggishly pull my head upward, fixing my eyes on the woman in front of the classroom. Are you even listening? I hide an instinctive smirk. Technically, no. I always found napping more appealing than relearning history that's been drilling into me since age 6. Not that I can actually say that. In all honesty, this teacher doesn't deserve that kind of callous response. Yes, ma'am. Perfect. Summarize the whole section we've been reviewing. I glanced at the touchscreen board mounted behind the teacher, quickly skimming over the graphics and typography hovering on its surface. History of Isam, or our glorious metropolis, beginning 2000 AD. Easy. Life was really boring for a while. We weren't in debt, weren't at war, and were basically doing nothing interesting. Teacher's lips purse into a thin line as the classroom erupts into snickers. I feel the slightest tinge of regret ingrained in my sarcasm. Then in 2007, America entered a debt crisis that caused a worldwide financial crash. Japan was one of the countries most affected by this, well second to China. And why might that be? Because we're dumb about who we're partnered with. She taps her fingers impatiently on her desk, her eyes narrowing into slits. Well, she asked me to summarize the chapter. Shouldn't ask me how. Anyway, our glorious government didn't handle the situation so hot, so we had a lovely depression with all-time highs of unemployment and crime. Good effort, gold star. Teacher waves her hand as the class roars with laughter. Right, that's enough. I'll be needing to talk to you after class about your attitude, young man. Meh, in other news, grass is green. That's actually kind of true, that like a good amount of people in Japan don't like bad-mouthing their own country. I mean, in America, we do it all the time, and we know this country's crap, but it's the best we've got. But, like, in Japan, like, there's a very high sense of nationalism there, like, with all the xenophobia and as well as other things there, but, like, for the most part, it seems that, like, at least Japanese politicians and public personalities seem to just not want to acknowledge that there are flaws in their country. But I'm not here to be political or talk about a country's culture. I'm here to play a visual novel. Elizabeth, perhaps you can salvage this explanation. Oh, hello, pretty lady. She gestures a few seats to my right where my lavender-haired classmate sits. Her spine is as straight as a ruler. I know this is an anime-style game, but what's with the weird hair colors? I don't understand. I know that dyeing hair is a big thing in Japan, but I just don't get it. Whatever. I feel a curdle of distaste in the pit of my stomach as I lounge against my chair. Of course, Elizabeth Oshiro, class valedictorian, school poster child, and the area's golden girl. Nap time. I sit on my head in my arms as Elizabeth leaps to her feet, smiling warmly. Certainly, during this time, Japan fell into chaos. Public demonstrations, often violent, occurred almost every day. Furthermore, political scandals regarding the national government kept spreading. The teacher relaxes as Elizabeth's textbook recitation. She even shoots a quick glance in my direction, as if to say, "See, why can't you be like Elizabeth?" Eventually, local political powers became more effective than the centralized administration, hence why Isamu operates as smoothly as it does. Yes, thanks to the mayor's efforts, perfectly done, Elizabeth. God, I'm pronouncing things weird today. Elizabeth smiles primly and settles back into her seat, fixing her eyes on me with challenging disapproval. I only shrug my shoulders, sending her an easy smirk. Oh, beautiful and brainy. She might be worthy enough to make my list. Is this the murder guy? I'm guessing yes. I glanced left. Oh, never mind. Whoops. I glanced to my left just in time to catch another classmate, Yahiko Ikari, winking conspicuously at Elizabeth. She clearly ignores him. Well, that's Yahiko for you. I can't remember a day when he hasn't tried to flirt with some girl or another, nor can I remember a day where he wasn't flat out rejected. Technically, he's my former roommate, which makes him my friend of 2 years. How close of a friend? Well, that's up for debate. Huh, she managed to deflect my charms. How you're that kind of guy. You're the trope of the ladies' man, the annoying kid in class. I know your type. I wonder how. Me too. No one gives us the Yahiko Ikari. Yahiko! Yahiro clamps his mouth shut at the teacher's strident command. She leans heavily against her desk, massaging her temples with her fingers. Alright, class, thanks to Elizabeth, we see where we come from. I'm sure you're all wondering where the point of this history recap was. Not really, no. We must study the past to understand the future. As such, it's imperative that the next topic be taken seriously. So, where do you all see yourself 10 years from now? I'm barely able to stifle a snort. It's only, the second day of school? Sure, this is a third-year class. Sure, we're preparing for the college entrance exam. Does that mean we have to know exactly what we want to do for the rest of our lives? And I guess that's kind of like what a lot of people are like kind of questioning nowadays. Even for the longest time, is that are we rushing today's youth? The education system is far from perfect, but it's a shit ton better than it was a long time ago. People are smarter nowadays if they get even through a high school education, and it's a deep question of whether or not the youth are rushed. We're pushing them too hard to find out what they want to do for the rest of their lives in the first maybe fifth of their lives. You want to know, you need to know what you want to do at the age of 18, and guess what? You're not even fully developed by then, mentally anyway. Usually, people don't usually find out who they are and what they want until the age of 21, which is unfortunate because that's tail end of college, and by that point, society says you need to know what you want to do, and that's an unfortunate thing. But what are you gonna do? The teacher pointedly looks at me, a hard glint in her eye. Yama Ishimoto, perhaps you'd like to get us started. I'm tempted to say no thank you, but that'd be pretty rude. I'll manage my parents' restaurant, I guess. Teacher's lips tighten ever so slightly. I know what she's thinking. No passion, no ambition. You will be a failure, this one. It'll pay the bills. What more can I ask for? Really, dude? Out of anything you could have picked, you picked a restaurant manager? Well, what would you suggest? They had a bunch more, dude, like women and cars. And he criticizes me for lack of imagination. Come on, it's 10 years. Anything could happen. The teacher shoots him a disapproving glare as his voice raises dramatically in volume. Yahiko, thank you for volunteering. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? Yahiko beams, and I feel a sudden sense of dread. He goes in his dream, the one that I've heard no less than 200 times before. Well, Teach, I see myself with a Ferrari F500 under one arm, a Lamborghini Aventador 704 under the other, and a lot of beautiful women in between, fighting for the honorable privilege of bearing my children. Oh god, that's his voice now. Ugh. The bro dude. Sup, bruh. The class stares at him. Oh, heck, let's have some fun. I whisper to him. What about the mansion? Right, I'll take that and put it in front of a 200,000 square foot mansion attended by a staff of 1,000 maids. And where is it located? Oh, it's in the Caribbean, on an island, a man-made island specifically constructed just for me, and my name laser engraved to the hill so that every plane that flies by sees that it belongs to. That's quite enough, Yahiko. Thank you for, input. Thank you. Clearly she doesn't believe in his dream. Actually, I don't think anyone except Yahiko believes in his dream. Then again, Yahiko has enough belief to make up for everyone else. Now, Umeko, how about you? As the rest of our classmates drone on about joining some kind of mega corporation like Lemniscate or Way Forward Pharmaceuticals, I lean closer to Yahiko. You forgot some things. I did? The yacht, the walk-in closet just for designer shoes, the private jet, the second mansion in Tahiti. Oh crap, I did! Hey, Teach! Oh, whoopsie! How do I get out of here? Oh, there we go. Fortunately for the teacher, the school bell rings just before he can grab her attention. My classmates immediately shove their belongings into their bags and bolt for the door. Meanwhile, Yahiko heads straight for the teacher's desk, eyes lit with excitement as he jabbers on and on about his yacht and designer shoes and his private jet and a second mansion in Tahiti. A restaurant manager, huh? And then there's Elizabeth, slipping into Yahiko's second now vacant seat. She shifts her backpack weight to the desk and raising a patronizing eyebrow at me. Well, sorry for being realistic, Miss CEO of a mega corporation. Sorry that I have ambition, Mr. Manager of the family restaurant. What, should I have talked about having a mansion and cars and maids on my own personal island? Didn't even shoot for a restaurant not owned by her parents. They'll kick the bucket one day and might as well be the one who takes over. Have some respect, would you? I snicker at that. Respect? Me? I flash a bright, overly friendly smile. See you around, Lizzie. She fumes but forces herself to take a deep breath until her expression stills. Unfortunately. That was a pretty nice comeback, I'll give her that much. Beth, still up for lunch? Oh no, it's another one! Her proportions are a little weird. Huh, whatever. A student slides through the door with a warm smile and a wave. I recognize her as the girl who was always with Elizabeth. Don't know much else about her. I mean, I say the proportions are weird, but then again, I can't do any better. With a blink of an eye, Elizabeth's face softens into a friendly grin, or her arms are just bent backwards so that it looks like they're shorter than they actually are. I'll be right there. Yep, just in case it wasn't clear enough, her hate is directly exclusively at me. She's the queen of angels to everyone else. Particularly this girl, who I guess is the closest thing she has to a friend. Well, Ishimoto, it's been a pleasure. I bet it has. She lifts her chin and stiffly walks out of the room, nearly bumping into a startled Yahiko on the way out. As a train of second years, probably her groupies, pull her away, Yahiko slips next to me. Why did she talk to you? Not at me, the great Yahiko Ikari. Maybe there's a limit to how many brain cells she's willing to sacrifice for conversation. Beats me, she's been doing that for a while. Really? We were in the same class last year. Really? I'm not surprised that he just learned about this. Then again, to be fair, I don't talk to Yahiko much about my personal life. Yeah, something like that. It's not important. Yahiko evaluates me for a second with an unusually stoic expression, but quickly shakes it off, his face melting into a grin. So, what'd you think about my dream earlier? This again. On second thought, maybe we should have kept talking about Elizabeth. Same as the other 200 times you've told me. It hasn't been too Has it really? 203, to be exact. Huh. So that means you think it's amazing, right? Totally, I think it's the best dream in history. It's so original and realistic. Thanks, dude! But I don't think you're aiming high enough. Huh? What should I add? Aim for the moon. He gasps, this is the best idea ever. The poor soul. Forget Tahiti. A mansion on the moon? You'd be the first, and probably the last. Just think of the possibilities. No one ever's ever set foot on the moon. Imagine how famous I'll be if I build a mansion there. American astronauts have stepped foot on the moon. No one's even set foot. Seriously? Either I stepped into the conversation at the wrong time, or someone just came up with a really stupid idea. Oh no! Other people! Enter Rui Hayata, my friend of 10 years. Technically she's a grade lower than me, but that doesn't stop us from hanging out. She's stuck with me through thick and thin. She probably knows me better than I know myself. Besides her stands Masato Kurogane, hardy in both build and personality. If I had to describe him in one word, I'd use fire. Easily antagonized, hard to put out, and blazes every obstacle out of his way. Afternoon, little daisies, what's going on here? I'm gonna build a vacation home on the moon. Somehow, I can't say I'm surprised. I know, right? I'm brilliant. Think the first man on the moon and the first man to build a mansion on it. You're so bright, you're blinding me. What have you been telling him? That a giant leap for him is a small step for mankind? She has to think about that for a moment, but I'm rewarded with a smirk. Clever. I know. Look, if you kids are done yapping, Yama and I gotta head to track. What? I didn't think Yama was joining again this year. Of course he is. This is news to me. It doesn't look like a good idea, considering he only went to one practice last year and ditched the rest. Well, he ain't ditching this year, ain't that right, man? Well, now that you mention it. What's that? You guys didn't even win last year, Masato. No need to make a big deal. Masato's eyes flare with an instinctual need to prove his worthiness of track. We're winning this year. I got a secret weapon. Really? Masato lights up as Rui's apparent interest. See, we lost last year because we didn't have good names. This year I got a great one. He pauses for dramatic effect. Marvelous Masa! Well, at the very least, it's a pretty good opportunity to joke around. Wow, that's fantastic. I'll call myself Speed of Light Mountain Destroyer. The hell? You should rename yourself to Streaking Shadow Dark Eradicator, then you'll be unstoppable. Ain't no way I'm going with that. Yeah, he isn't great with sarcasm. I smirk at him before I get I can't read today. I smirk at him, but before I can elaborate, the PA above us crackles to life. The club fair is officially open in the courtyard. Feel free to drop by and check out some of what your fellow students have planned. Already at just the second day, maybe the school's just making everything happen faster this year. I don't really see why. Isamu Imperial Boarding Academy has always done well for itself, even throughout the recession. There's no need to change things now. Yay, hey, it's club time. Let's go take a look. No thanks, I'd rather not be blacklisted. What does that mean? It means she's afraid to go with you. You'll outshine. Well, that was a burp. You'll outshine her with so much that the clubs won't be interested in her. Ooh! She glares at me. I only wink back. Well, you shouldn't worry about that, my dear Arui. I'm sure we can use my substantial sphere I'm sure you can use my substantial sphere influence to get you a good spot. I'm already in a club, you know. Drama club. Oh, right. She's been in drama club since last year, and somehow he still forgot. Then what was Yama talking about? Nothing, just acting like an idiot as usual. Oh, she cute. Look at that face. Well, you know what they say, attracts like. Rui elbows me sharply in the ribs, but her lips are pulling up at the corners. They also say opposites attract. Yeah, and we know which one you are. She slaps me playfully on the arm as Masato and Yakihiko watch with blank stares. Did I just miss something? No more than you usually do. Yahiko frowns for a moment, but eventually shrugs the exchange off. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I need to find myself a club to grace with my innumerable talents. They're innumerable, alright. So without further ado, I bid thee farewell, Brethef. He turns with a flourish of his hand, but Rui calls after him. You know that will be there, right? Huh? Club Recruitment Day. All clubs will be there, including track and drama. Oh. We'll see you there. He whisks out of the room. You're coming to command the track booth, yeah? Me, like I'm track's poster child. Sorry guys, I am not good at reading. In fact, I'd probably just scare away potential recruits. Don't think like that. You'd be a great asset, man. You just gotta believe. AKA every movie theme ever. We exchange snickers, but Masato grabs my arm. Really, man, you coming? Surprised by a sudden intensity, I contemplate for a moment. It doesn't take long. Sure, why not? Really? Not like I have anything else to do. Masato grins, releasing my arm. Good, I gotta go set up, but I'm expecting you there. He dashes out of the room. After a quick wave to Rui, she smiles back and promptly turns to me. Hey, have you figured out why he wants you in track so badly? Not a clue. Is there any way for me to just hide? Oh! Okay, there you go. Is there a button for it here? Nope. Not a clue. She hesitates for a moment and glances around the room. You know, you could join drama instead, and you could be a valid excuse for Masato. I think he just asked why I joined a different club when I could have joined track. But still, I think he'd really like it. Honestly, it sounds like it could be pretty fun. Rui seems to enjoy it. She often claims that it's just like when we played make-believe as kids. And make-believe is one of the few things that I don't mind doing. But it's so much work. It's no more work than track, idiot. Besides, it could be really fun. I'll take your word for it. She rolls her eyes and shoulders her bag. Well, fine, Mr. Grumpy Pants. Some of us have clubs booths to manage, so I'm gonna get going. I'll go with you. We walk in step to the door, almost into freedom. Then a stringent voice of the teacher rips through the air. Ahem! Yama Ishimoto! Surely didn't expect to escape so easily. Ah, yes, my attitude problems. I turn to Rui, suddenly pleading. Bail me out? Not a chance. What? What? It builds character. I have plenty of character. Come on, throw up a distraction. For me, I throw in a shameless dose of puppy eye. She only pokes at my forehead, sticking her tongue out. Oh, wow, she's that kind of character. A cutesy best friend type. Bleh. We've seen them all. You win some, you lose some. Just be glad it's with a teacher instead of the police. She darts off as I call falteringly after her. But at least the police wouldn't bore me to tears. What was that, young man? I turned to find the teacher hovering right behind me. Whoops.